Strikes turn, Origi turn, shoots!
Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the channel. With that being said, let's crack on with what this video is all about. It's a pick of the week, so it's almost like a team of the week pre-predictions. I'm going to take a look at a few fixtures from the weekend, and I'm going to give you my prediction as to who is favourite for team of the week. Last week I did it and picked out Robert Lewandowski from the Poland games, and I also picked out McGinn from the Scottish game, would you believe? And I got both of them correct. Of course, there were a few other players in there that could easily have been given informs, but unfortunately EA went another way with it. So up first, we're going to talk about the Manchester City Crystal Palace game. In fact, there's only 2 Premier League games here, so I'm not going to specifically focus on the Premier League too much, even though EA tend to do that. Manchester City, though, they've not been in great form recently, but I think now they're going to turn it on, and they need to, you know. They really do need to run a string of games together and get some results in order to keep tabs on Liverpool. Crystal Palace are in relatively good form, to be fair, but I think Man City are going to have too much. Raheem Sterling being the first player, then Aguero. 2 of those are probably the highest performing players in the team with regards to goals, so that obviously makes them top favourites. Raheem Sterling, one of the most exciting players in the world right now. You just don't know what he's going to do on the pitch. I think he had a game where Manchester City went absolutely mental and they slapped Watford, and I don't even think he got on the score sheet. And then in another game they can score 3 and he's got himself a hat-trick. So yeah, he's one of those players, but I really do like watching him play. Despite being a Liverpool fan myself, I do actually like watching Raheem Sterling play. David Silva's my outside chance. I think he's got a lot to offer. He's obviously, I think this is his last season for Man City, then he's going to be moving on. But as you can see, he's got 4 assists, which is only half of what De Bruyne has, but it's still the second highest in the club. Moving on. And we're going to go over to Spain now, and we're going to talk about Luis Suarez and Barcelona. Barcelona, I don't think have ever lost to, I don't know how to pronounce their name actually, Eibar, we'll go with that. They haven't lost in the last 10 games or something crazy like that. I think the manager has faced off against, the opposing managers have faced off against each other about 10 or 15 times, and again, the Barcelona manager, I think have only ever lost once. So Luis Suarez up first for obvious reasons. He's the top goal scorer. Second is going to be Griezmann. Now, I would say, because he's got a ones-to-watch card, this would make it, not a shoo-in, but it would make him a slight sort of favourite over Luis Suarez to get that in form. But EA have avoided the best they can so far, giving ones-to-watch owners informs. So I would say that, if anything, this is a curse, and Griezmann probably won't get upgraded for a while. And the last player to mention from Barcelona, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, I'm just going to say it as it is on the tin, Arthur. I know a lot of people say Arthur or whatever, but I'm going to call him Arthur. Now, he appears there down in the assists, but the reason I've chosen him is because he tends to pop up in the not team of the week, but like picks of the week on SofaScore, like the top players of the week from La Liga. He tends to be there a lot, so that's where I've gone with him. Outside chance. João Felix, a player who could easily have been given an inform already so far for his performances for Portugal and already Atletico Madrid, but I wouldn't rule him out. 2 goals so far for his new club. Only Vitolo matching that with 2 goals. Atletico have actually not started the season terribly, but they've not started it well either. I think they are up there, and are definitely favourites for this clash, I would imagine. But just keep an eye on him. Parejo on the opposite side, not just going to go for players from the same team constantly in these fixtures. This is one of those games that it's a big fixture, so the winning team theoretically will get themselves an inform. Parejo has been playing out of his skin so far, and EA still haven't given him an inform. I'm sure a lot of people won't care and won't really want him, but it's just worth mentioning this guy's actually one of the top performers in Europe right now. And Trippier playing very well. For his new club, as you can see, playing an average rating of 7.15, which is the second highest in the team, and is constantly involved in goals. Not necessarily a direct contributor with assists, although he does have 1 assist to his name so far. He does get involved a lot, and he does go forward and cause a lot of problems in what I've seen so far. So I wouldn't be surprised to see his name in the predictions next week. Moving on, but staying in Spain, we are going to talk about Karim Benzema, one of the most unsung heroes in European football in the last few seasons. Since Ronaldo left in particular, he's actually carried Real Madrid more or less. But he's one of those players that just goes completely unnoticed. You know, he scores loads of goals in a season, but he's never tipped as or touted as one of the top European players. No one ever goes, oh, I can't wait to get Benzema, I can't wait to pack Benzema, because he's just not that type of player. Gareth Bale is that type of player, but he's not really been performing that well because he hasn't been given the opportunity. Zidane needs to play him, and that's the problem. Zidane isn't playing Bale enough. As you can see, he's the second highest goal scorer for Madrid, behind Benzema with 6 goals, would you believe? And he's got 2 assists to his name as well, which is obviously 1 more than Benzema. So swings and roundabouts there, but he just needs the game time. Carvajal is an outside chance here. He's got 3 assists. He's obviously putting in some good performances, and I would imagine that, you would have thought anyway, that Real Madrid would keep a clean sheet against Mallorca, obviously newly promoted this season. They're not performing that badly, but they are down there, So I would not be surprised for them to keep a clean sheet, and if Carvajal gets himself an assist, it could very well be enough. We're going to move over to the Bundesliga, big fixture there with Leipzig against Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg are actually higher than Leipzig in the league, I think. Weghorst playing very, very well for them right now as well. Obviously, their top performer, again, one of the top performers in the league. So with that being said, I would not be surprised if he grabbed himself a couple of goals and then obviously just got himself that inform. As you can see, he's got 4 goals for them so far this season, but closely contested, and in fact he actually beats him. Timo Werner with 5 goals for Leipzig so far, but he had a good opening 2 or 3 games, and then in the last 3 fixtures for Leipzig, whether that be League or Champions League, they have fallen off a little bit. And I'm not sure whether that's going to continue. I hope it doesn't, because I'm involved heavily in the Football Index. And if you don't know what it is, you'd have to Google it or click the link below. And I've got a lot of Leipzig players in my team there, so I'm kind of hoping that they put in a good performance. Bracalo is one of those players who I think will be massive in the future. He's performing very well for Wolfsburg right now with 3 assists and 2 goals as well. Very, very good player. I like him a lot. And even though his card in FIFA isn't great, I would imagine in January he'll get himself an upgrade. So any inform that he gets could actually be more beneficial to have in February when he gets that upgrade. And one final player worth a mention. I tend to do 3, but this is a big fixture with a lot of good players in it. Sabitzer with 3 assists and 2 goals. Very Bracalo-esque in that sense. In fact, it's identical. Don't quite have the same match rating, but Sabitzer has, again, one of the highest match ratings in all of Europe right now, playing out of his skin. Great, great player. Moving on to Liverpool, Manchester United, you'd be a fool to think that the EA wouldn't choose an inform from this game. If it ends 0-0, maybe. But I would imagine there's going to be a winner here. Now, as a Liverpool fan, I'm very pessimistic here, and I would say that Manchester United are probably going to beat us, and everyone will call us rubbish. But I'm hoping that one of our top goal scorers there in either Mane, Salah, or Firmino can pop up with a goal. I tell you what, though, because there's no James Milner this week, I would not be surprised to see James Milner get himself that inform. I haven't put him in there because I honestly thought he would get himself. Did I think he was going to get a team of the week? I don't know. I haven't put him in there, but I would definitely mention him as one of the favourites, actually, because he takes Liverpool's penalties. So I wouldn't be surprised if he came on as a sub or he started. Liverpool got a penalty, won it 1-0, and then Milner's the player who gets that inform. But Rashford is obviously now starting to come back into form. 1 goal for England. It was a very good goal as well. Mane, you can't really rule out with 5 goals. And I would think if you had to choose any Manchester United player, it would be Rashford. I think he would probably pop up with the goal. Again, Dan James, there's an option there. But Rashford for me would be the one. He's the one I wouldn't want scoring and getting an inform, so it's more than likely going to be him. But hopefully Liverpool can come away with a win. Zaniolo is due a performance. Roma have a favourable fixture on the weekend, and he is 100% due a performance. He started the season very well. Pellegrini got injured, so Zaniolo cemented a first-team place. I think Pellegrini's actually coming back from injury now. Don't know whether he'll be starting on the weekend, but either way, he will be in contention. But Zaniolo needs to put in a good performance, and I think he can do. Osimhen has started very well for Lille, who I think are in 5th or in and around that spot in the league right now. Jonathan Bamba hasn't done as well as I thought he would do this year. Osimhen has not been carrying the team by any stretch because they do have a very good squad there, Lille. But I think this guy this season will just come on leaps and bounds. Again, he's definitely going to get himself a January upgrade, and I think he could be in contention for an inform sooner rather than later. Hudson-Odoi of Chelsea, it would be rude for me not to mention this guy. He played very well for the under-21s, scoring an absolute rifle. I think he got 2 goals in that game. Just going off memory now, so I might be wrong. But he scored a brilliant goal in the under-21s game. I think it was it Sunday? It might even been Monday, actually. I think it was Monday, the same day that the senior side played Bulgaria. But a great goal, and now he's back from injury. He's back in form. You never know. Gunter. A lot of people will look at this and go, I don't care. And you might be thinking that, and you might be right. But honestly, Freiburg have played very well so far this year. The international break might have disrupted that form. Who knows? I hope not. And of course, this guy being the captain, and he gets a lot of assists, could be in with a shout. He's definitely worth a mention. And the reason I have that sort of, what's the word, knowledge, I guess, is because I keep close tabs on these type of players because of the football index. So Christian Gunter is one of my biggest holds there, so I'm hoping he does well. And of course, it would be unfair not to look away from the top 5. I'm going to look at Tadic. Ajax play bottom of the league in that league this week. So Tadic for me would be one of the top picks. Of course, there are plenty of Ajax players to choose from, but I've gone with Tadic because I would actually like to see that get an inform. You know, that would be an 86 rated card. That would be 87 dribbling, nice pace boost up above 70. Just a really good card in general. And I would imagine it'd be really cheap as well because not a lot of people are using the Dutch league this year. Nice link into Promise Ones to watch if you have that as well. That's going to bring us to the end of today's video. If you think I've left anybody out that is completely obvious and just in my face and I've just missed it, then feel free to let me know in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed it and you want to see more of this type of thing, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.